a great moment in cricket history, really, to see that partnership. I wish we would have got one of those guys out. Laxman or Dravid could have given us a wicket. We might have won, but maybe the Chennai Test match is more disappointing for me. He's obviously an icon of the game, and Indians all love him, and he's loved all around the world. So, and since I've retired, I've got to know Sachin better. When we played against each other, it was a bit, we kept our distance and respected each other, but now we've become good friends.
After being appointed on the Centre for Australia-India Relations Advisory Board, renowned cricketer, philanthropist and now entrepreneur Steve Waugh is on India visit for the first time. Steve Waugh, thank you so much for speaking with The Hindu and for your valuable time.
Thank you.
I will ask you, from cricket, trading the bat for a camera, to philanthropy, and now to entrepreneurship. How has this whole journey been?
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. I look back. I mean, obviously a bit of writing as well. I've done 14 books, but I never thought any of this would really happen. But what cricket did teach me was that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. And sometimes you got to put yourself outside your comfort zone, and then you realise, hey, maybe this is not as hard as I thought it was. So starting my own charity up was something I never thought I'd do. And so writing 14 books, doing photography, being involved in mentor and leadership, and so lots of things I've achieved I never thought I'd do. And then obviously entrepreneurial aspects. I've always enjoyed being involved in business, having a challenge in a startup, and Australia Essence is the latest challenge.
You know, India loves you just as much. You're adored here. What has stayed back with you when it comes to India? Because clearly it seems to be pulling you again and again.
Yeah, look, there's something about India that gets in your system, and I just find it fascinating. I just love watching people and how they go about their lives, and just how people who seem to be up against the odds have this great attitude to life. They get on with it, they have a go, they don't complain, and I really resonate with those values and that attitude, and I see it again and again when I come back to India. That's why I love the photography. I love going out in the streets, meeting the real people, and seeing why cricket is such a passionate pursuit for most Indians. It's like an obsession. So I really wanted to capture that through my photography. And Australia and India have got a great relationship. Obviously, it starts with sport. I think our law system's pretty similar. A lot of the people with pretty humble and pretty laid back Indians. We said to get on. Australians and Indians seem to get on very well, and there's great opportunities between both countries to do business. It's India, we all know, is a booming economy. Australia wants to be involved in that. We've got some great, incredible, unique products, which I think the Indian market is ready for.
You know, Australia and India have been making a lot of progress with respect to the trade talks as well. You just said that Australian companies want to enter India. You've come here today for the launch of Australia Essence. If you could tell for the Indian consumer what Australian Essence is and encapsulate it for us.
Yeah, Australian Essence to me is about providing opportunities for Australian companies to come to India to showcase their, I guess, unique products. The ones we launched are 8 different products. Are very Australian. There's alkaline water. There's olive oils. There's bee-infused honey. There's sandalwood. There's oat milk products. Calf sunglasses. All these companies that I'm aware of, that I use, that I really think are great Australian stories, and they're ready to go on the bigger stage. I think India is a great platform to them to showcase what they're like, and I think Indian consumers are ready for premium Australian products. Tastes are changing a lot in India. There's a lot of aspirational people out there who want to experience different products, different things, and Australia has got those, and we're pretty unique in what we can provide. So this provides an easier platform to these products to get to India to market.
You know, from tourism to trade, that is what Australia seems to be transitioning for. How do you see the positioning of Australia with respect to India when it comes to tourism and trade?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of similarities. I mean, they're both beautiful countries, have a lot to offer. I think nearly every Australian wants to go to India, and hopefully every Indian wants to come and experience Australia.
What's your favourite destination in India? You've travelled extensively in
I want to see more of India, to tell you the truth. I mean, when I play cricket and business, you're generally going from the major airports and the major cities to the hotels and not really seeing the real India. So when I did my photography tour around India, I love that, going to the Ossian Desert in Rajasthan, going to Dharamshala, the mountains up there, playing cricket with the monks. Then obviously in the Kerala and places like that. India has so much to offer. A bit like Australia. It's almost like different countries within the same country. The climate's different, the landscapes are different. In that way, we were similar to Australia, where you can experience lots of different things in the same country.
What's your favorite of the locations that you've visited in India?
I love nature, so to me, being up north in the mountains somewhere, snow-capped mountains would be perfect for me. I haven't been to. I'd love to see some wildlife and some nature. That's I guess where I'm most at peace, when maybe away from people and the hustle and bustle, which I'm used to all the day. But I like to relax and take in nature and soak that up as well.
You know, you're in Mumbai after a very long time. Steve, have you dialed Sachin Tendulkar here?
Oh, look, he's a busy man, so I do keep in contact with Sachin and touch base occasionally. But yeah, the last thing he probably wants is to talk to another cricketer. But I respect him enormously, and he's obviously an icon of the game, and Indians all love him, and he's loved all around the world. So, and since I've retired, I've got to know Sachin better. When we played against each other, it was we kept our distance and respected each other. But now we've become good friends.
His daughter has now been appointed as the ambassador of tourism for Australia. What are your words for Sara Tendulkar?
That's a great appointment. She should enjoy it, experience as much of Australia as you can, because often you take it for granted where you live. I mean, a lot of Australians don't see a lot of Australia, and you go out, and often your own backyard is the best place in the world to see. So for Australians, go out and see more of Australia. For Indians, go out and see more of India, and hopefully once you've done that, Indians come to Australia, Australians come to India.
A few last questions, and one cannot avoid asking cricket to Steve Waugh. What does cricket mean to Australia, and what do you think it means to India?
Very similar, I think. It's we pride ourselves on playing good cricket, and when we're winning cricket, it makes us feel better as people, for right or wrong reason. You feel better as Australia and India are the same. When you're winning, you feel better and you feel great about it, and you feel part of it because you're connected to your cricket team. I think for India, there's 1.5 billion people, and when India are winning, they feel they're part of something bigger than themselves. And it's the same for Australia. They're very respectful of the cricket team. They have enormous pride, and when they're doing well, they feel as if they're part of that journey. So for both countries, it's a really important statement.
And what's your best and worst moment while playing against India?
Well, let me think. A lot of people would want me to say the 2001 Test match in Calcutta, but that was a great moment in cricket history, really, to see that partnership. I wish we would have got one of those guys out. Laxman or Dravid could have given us a wicket. We might have won, but that's history in cricket now. So that was a lot of people say that was negative. To me, it really wasn't. I would have loved to have won the next Test match in Chennai, which we lost. We could have still won that series. So maybe the Chennai Test match is more disappointing for me. Having said that, we had great moments in Madras as well in the '87 World Cup. That was our big turning point, winning that game against India. Went on to win in Eden Gardens. So lots of great cricketing moments in India.
And the Indian cricketer you admire the most?
It's always a tricky question. There was lots. I mean, I played against some amazing players. So going back to Kapil Dev and Sunil Gavaskar, right through to sort of Dravid and Tendulkar and all those sort of players. It's very difficult to pick one. So I'm going to stay away from that. I think they're all equally very, very good.
You know, I want to ask you this one last question, Steve, and this is about your health. You have retired from cricket 20 years ago, and, in great health. What is the secret of your health? What is it that you do?
I'm not sure I'm in great health, but I try and stay healthy. I do Pilates twice a week. I've done that for the last 15 years. I go to the gym a couple of days a week. I walk my dog twice a day. I try and exercise. If there's an option of catching a lift or walking the stairs, I'll walk the stairs. So I try and think of all the time about staying active and keeping moving. I think once you stay still too long, you're in trouble. So for me, it's about keep moving.
On that note, thank you so much for your precious time for The Hindu.
Cheers.
This was Steve Waugh speaking with The Hindu on his first visit to India after being appointed as an advisor for Australia-India trade relations.